Me, Jess, welcome to my channel. And today I'm doing the what's ahead reading for January 2021. This is the first time that I'm doing this as a part of like the regular rotation instead of doing all of the Nakshatra reads. So this one's going to be an early release on Patreon, and then it will release later for everyone else on my channel. And usually I shoot for a week early on Patreon. It didn't happen this time, but it should happen next month. So thank you guys to all my patrons who are supporting me over there. I love you guys. Okay, so piles 1, 2, and 3. I will put up a picture if you guys need that. Otherwise, let's see what's up for January. Okay, pile number 1, let's go ahead and start here. There's so many messages already coming through. And let me just say, this is like pretty much quintessential January energy, like hitting the new year, running. Literally, some of you guys are running, but yeah, you guys are not messing around. So you're just having a really strong start in January. I got these new like animal cards and I have like little blurbs to read you, but I'm already getting so many messages from this front. I feel like a lot of you guys are in like kind of sexy energy, if you will. Some of you guys are doing things different with your hair. I feel like a lot of you guys are doing the whole like new year, new you, like working out kind of a thing, because I'm thinking about Pumas, like the shoes, the running shoes. So yeah, some of you guys might be running or something like that, but I feel like you're doing something smart. So you could be tracking this with like a Fitbit. Do people still use Fitbits? I'm not really sure. Because you guys are trying to have all the energy that you need to figure out a direction that you're going in your life, right? You can see the compass here on the back. There's also so many birds around this. So I feel like you guys have a lot of goals and projects and you are not messing around. This cat energy did not come to play, and neither did you. So let's read this. Puma, symbolism, power, desire, and healing. Yes. The puma, like the jaguar and the leopard, represents powerful magic. It also symbolizes an awakening of energies and desires that can lead to healing and fulfillment. Along with the other animals in the drawing, the puma is framed by a circle with 4 points, which form a mandala, a mystical circular symbol that in Buddhist and Hindu traditions were used as an aid to meditation. The psychologist Carl G. Jung said that the mandala circumscribed a holy place, was a symbol of completeness with the inner psyche, and was a means toward greater self-awareness. He described the 4 points of the mandala to be like the crossed threads in the telescope of our understanding. So that is absolutely beautiful. So let's jump over here. First of all, when I put this down, you guys started your first 2 cards with Scorpionic cards. You have the Death card and the Judgment. This is Scorpio and Pluto. This is huge transformation. It's also power. Wherever your Pluto sits in your chart, that's where you come with the most power. And like this Puma was trying to tell us, you are coming out the gate with some power. Also, she's running. Some of you guys like to listen to music while you run. Powerful music. You listen to like power ballads or something, and that's exactly what you're gonna be doing in January. And look, she's done something with her hair. So you guys could do something very interesting with your hair. A lot of really positive changes. Yes, your life is a song and you're living it that way. But with this death card here, I do feel like you guys are really changing your identity. It really is going to be a new you in January 2021. And there is something that you guys are letting go of. And I do feel like it's something that might break your heart to let go of. But whatever this is, it's going to lead to a lot of energy and a lot of new projects. I do feel like there's been something that's been weighing on your heart, weighing on your psyche, weighing on your mind. I literally am getting the energy of psychic vampire here, hoping and wishing for something. Some of you guys, this was a person, but I feel like for most of you guys, this was just a version of yourself, and you had hopes and wishes here with the Star card in the past, but you are letting go of some of those things, and it's freeing up your energy. So I'm seeing this go from like a dream state, you know, where you've been manifesting, really, maybe some of you guys had a vision board in the past where you were just thinking up a lot of goals, to taking a lot of actions with the 3 of Wands. And you guys are taking January as a time to really do that. And I feel like you guys are, people are noticing this change in you, like on the surface coming out. And, but there's a lot more going on behind the surface. I feel like a lot of people are curious about you. You guys could be leaving a lot of people behind. Some of you guys, used to be really heavy on the internet. You maybe according to you, you spent too much time on the internet, and you guys are like taking a social media purge, cutting that off. And so it's leaving people wondering about you because you're coming off as very powerful, but also very mysterious. And I do feel like whatever changes are happening to your body, like whatever like you're doing, because I feel like you guys, some of you guys are really altering your appearance in some way. It is causing people to like, oh, who's that guy? Who's that girl? Like, you know, you're coming off very, very attractive. But you guys are really taking this time to prune a lot of things out of your life with the Queen of Swords. You also you have in-depth knowledge about something. A lot of you guys have a certain skill set. And maybe there was something that was just a dream in the past, but I just see you guys taking action towards things. But in order to do that, there's a real sense that you need to let go of things that have been weighing down your energy. And I think it's doing it through your emotions, which, you know, you're using your emotions is how you really do manifest your dreams. And so I feel like you've done enough of that in the past and it's almost time to move on. But it's almost like, once again, I'm getting the song Old Nikki by Nicki Minaj, where she talks about, I had to make them changes. I hope you understood. You see, for every bad, I did a ton of good. You were underground and I was mainstream. I live the life now that we would daydream. My only wish is you come enjoy it with me. Get on them conference calls. Go meet the lawyers with me. So I feel like a lot of you guys, there's some things inside of you that you needed to show. And you're going to start doing that in January. You guys are going to take some much needed risks. And I feel like it's going to be very, very exciting. Some of you guys don't want to do this online. You don't want to do this in front of people you know. So you're doing it very secretively. Just as like an example, whenever I started my channel, you guys, I come from like a very Christian place. Like the people in my life, a lot of them still don't know that I do tarot because I would face like a lot of judgment. And I feel like some of you guys, there's something that you're doing or that you want to do. And it could be anything. It really could be anything. But you feel like you need that side of you to come out. You need that side of you to be able to finally be free and be shown. But and you're going to take steps towards that, but you just want to protect it from people right off the bat. So I feel like you guys are going to have a really busy January. And I feel like a lot of it starts with you, where you're trying to get your energy right. Look, Ace of Pentacles, you guys are starting to realize that you can manifest one of your dreams. This is beautiful energy, you guys. Absolutely beautiful. And I feel like whatever this is, it's deep, skillful knowledge that you have that you know that you can help people with. So if you are doubting whether or not you have this skill, you're showing up as all skill, honey. If you're doubting whether or not you can make this happen, you're showing up with so much power here. And I just said this in one of my readings, but I really like Scorpio and Aquarius energy together. I've just been thinking about it a lot lately. I'm not really sure why, but it's just such an independent, deep thinker. And I just feel like you guys bring something really unique to the table, and you realize that maybe trying to fit in or keeping things kind of underground and just hoping and wishing, it was holding you back. And I feel like you guys are you're ready to take some risks with yourself. But right now, I feel like you guys are planning from a place of comfort, is what I want to say. So you're allowing yourself to rest, rejuvenate, and dream and really build up those emotions. You're thinking about all the happiness that you're going to have in your life, but you're really keeping it to yourself. And then I feel like in January, it's just that's when you're going to start taking actual steps towards it, but you're going to start maybe taking steps in secret. You guys are showing up as the King of Wands. This is beautiful. And your advice energy, you have the Six of Cups and the Emperor. So you guys could be leaders in something. This energy, I can't stress enough how skillful your knowledge is. And what am I smelling? Okay, I thought I was smelling smoke, but I don't think I'm on fire. Okay, so, you know what? I bet it's my sage bowl. Anyways, it's funny that I started smelling fire when I picked up the King of Wands. I feel like you guys are on fire, literally like you're burning holes in the rubber of your shoes because you're running so fast. Some of you guys can really run. Or it's just like something to think about. If you've never run in your life, I don't know. I just feel like you got it in you. So anyways, you guys are showing up as the King of Wands, a strategist. You guys actually do have a very charismatic personality. I say this about Scorpios all the time. They are very bubbly people when they feel comfortable and they open up. They're the best, most sociable people once they get to know you. And I feel like you're really using that to your advantage. Also, people with strong Pluto in their chart, they have a way of making people feel like they're the only other person in the room. And I feel like that is very important to whatever this is that you're doing. Whether this is you you being a therapist. I just see like you guys could be very successful working with people one-on-one. Some of you guys are narrowing down a focus, narrowing down some kind of degree of study. Some of you guys are also deciding to go back to school and specialize in something. Or you don't have to go back to like traditional school, but because actually this is a very independent energy. This is somebody who is like an autodidact, somebody who can teach themselves a lot of things and maybe actually gets frustrated in school. So however it is that you're choosing to learn something, you're there. Like you're there. You're building. The Queen of Swords is a very educated person, masterful knowledge in something, very clear-headed. And you've also decided there's no room for emotions. It's, there's something kind of emotional about the set of wands, but it's not really emotional. It's just like drive and passion. And I kind of think of those as emotional. And they are, but it's like different. It's like skiing on top of the water versus, submerging in it. I feel like you guys have submerged in it and it has made you very knowledgeable, but you're getting ready to take off with some kind of energy. Look, oh my gosh, you have all the Scorpio cards here. Yeah, because you have the Tower coming out as your surrounding circumstances. So some of you guys, you're flat out leaving a situation. You're like, you know what, I'm done. And maybe you didn't even tell anybody that you were going to be doing this because there's a real sense that you need some kind of secrecy around you in order to do whatever this is, but you're letting go of a fairy tale. You're letting go. I almost feel like that's what this star energy is. I feel like I'm talking really fast. Breathe, Jessica. So, anyways, with the star energy, you guys I feel like you are excited though, too. You're really super excited to start moving forward, moving towards your dreams and your goals. Yes. So, I'm also getting the energy of like, this to me almost says K2, which rules the first nakshatra and all the fire signs, which makes sense that you're coming out in King of Wands energy. And again, K2, I feel like I say this all the time, but K2 has like a very hypnotic way of speaking, and it's very leadership oriented, but sometimes it can have a little bit of low self-esteem. So I feel like you guys could be doubting yourself in some kind of a situation, which might be what this Three of Swords is here in the moment. But there seems to be a wrestling between your thoughts and your emotions, like in the month of January. I feel like it's actually preceded it a little bit. Like you've been going back and forth about this. So as you start to throw yourself more and more in this energy, you might realize that it gets a little bit better before it gets, it gets worse before it gets better, that whole like warring between your emotions and your thoughts. But there could be some kind of a betrayal here. I'm going to clarify that here in a second. Some of you guys are trying to keep this a secret, and maybe that's what the betrayal is like something kind of comes out. But I feel like you also, maybe you guys are cutting toxic people out of your life that, I don't know, they like to like gawk at you online or something, and that they act like they're your friends, but they're really not. And you just decide to call these people out, and then they act crazy. What? Be more specific, Jessica. They I don't know. They could betray your trust, but like in retaliation. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to scare you guys. That's only for a very slim few of you. I'm gonna clarify that in just a second, but let me just keep going here because I feel like I'm on a roll. A lot of you guys are in Mars energy, which is just so action oriented, but Mars is always about an exodus, and it's always just about being very brave. Mars is also the defender. So some of you guys could be defending yourselves. I just feel like you're doing it from a place of power, and you're doing it very skillfully for whatever reason here. But yeah, there's kind of a breakdown, I feel like, in social circles, in friendships, but I feel like it's long overdue with this. You guys are you're making decisions for sure, and you're throwing yourself into it. And I feel like you're just not looking back. I'm hearing Christina Aguilera singing My Song. That came out in another reading. So your hopes and fears with the Four of Swords. I really do feel like there's an energy where you're retreating into yourself in order to springboard out. And so you are a little bit afraid to do that. A lot of you guys are afraid of leaving behind kind of a social group, but also there's a saying in spirituality that to become something else, one must first become nothing. Hence scorpionic energy at all, right? Or all these Gandanta points at the end of the water signs that I keep talking about. But you have so much Scorpio energy here that And you also have so much air that to me it speaks about Jesha, and this energy comes up all the time in my readings. Jesha is the last nakshatra in Scorpio, and those last 2 degrees are Gandanta points, major transition points, and that is the most difficult point in all of the zodiac, those last 2 degrees of Scorpio. And I feel like there is that energy coming through here, but it's something that you've been clinging to, and I feel like you're finally ready to move past it, and it is actually a testament of your internal strength and the amount of emotional processing that you guys have been through. And I almost wonder if you're self-inducing this 3 of Swords, because you guys are just kind of coming out here in like amazing energy. I don't know why I just thought of this, but what's the movie? This actually happened in real life, Jessica. Be sensitive. It's not fiction. Where the guy was like hiking in a canyon and he had to like cut his own arm off to survive. I know that's very gruesome, and I apologize. And I'm not saying that anyone's gonna have to do that. Some of you guys could be having some kind of surgery though, but even heart surgery. Whoa. But I feel like it's that energy where like you have to inflict some kind of pain on yourself, but you're strong enough to do it in order for you to survive. Not just survive, thrive. Because you guys, the reason that you are coming out in 6 of Cups energy and the Emperor energy, this is your advice, right? Is to be the 6 of Cups. First of all, I'm hearing let bygones be bygones. There are certain things that need to stay in the past. Also, I feel like you guys are cutting ties with an old version of you. Shout out to the old me and everything you told me. Glad you didn't listen when the world was trying to roll me. No one could control me. Left my lovers lonely. So some of you guys are breaking off a relationship. Anyways, that song's called Old Me. But yeah, with the 6 of Cups, I feel like there are certain things that need to be left in the past and remain as memories because you guys are leveling up. There is a phrase, my dad always used to say this, you can't run with the big dogs and pee with the puppies. I actually think you can do both personally. I've spent a lot of time thinking about this metaphor since childhood. But you are leveling up, and I do feel like there's a sense that you have to cut some kind of baggage in order for you to be the strongest self that you can be here with the Emperor. There's also a huge energy of strategy here. It's almost like you know that you can't do everything all at once, and so this dream that you've had in the past, you're breaking it down. Ooh, this is a key to success, you guys. But you're breaking it down into small, like long-term goals and short-term goals, bigger goals and smaller goals, so that you can actually start doing it bite-sized pieces at a time. Because in the past, I feel like this was just one big dream, right? And you were just relating to it as a dream. But in January, you guys are breaking this down. You're actually forming your strategy. Some of you guys are having a business plan, but it's going to take some kind of sacrifice. You seem to know this. And in order for you guys to start, but you really feel like you guys can do it, and you can do it, you know? It's just a matter of figuring this out. And I also feel like there is something you have to let go of here that feels very strong, and it feels very loving and very promising. It feels nice, honestly, but I feel like you know what you're doing. You know, that's the whole sense of this reading is you know exactly what you're doing, and that's what it's reminding you up here with the Emperor. Why do you need to lead with the 6 of Cups? Because you know what you're doing. Also, some of you guys are afraid to be leaders. Because you are very Aquarian. Oh, this is big. Some of you guys are very Aquarian. Aquarius rules the group. And you guys want to end that. You want to put yourself out there. But maybe you're feeling just a little weird about it, which is why you want to do it when no one's... Oh my gosh, I'm almost seeing her in disguise now. Like wearing a purple wig so no one recognizes her when she's playing her own song. Christina Aguilera, right? But yeah, with the 6 of Cups, recognizing that you guys I'm seeing an expert level knowledge here, or the potential to develop it, you know, and the willingness and the desire and the drive. You guys have so much drive here. Pile number 1. But yeah, with the 6 of Cups, you guys have, okay. Because, okay, right, equality. That's what we're talking about, equality, right? But not everybody is the same. That's not what equality means, right? It's like sometimes you're bigger in certain things and you learn from other people who are bigger in other things. And that's actually what makes us equal, is that sometimes we're mentors and sometimes we're students. And it's allowing yourself to step up in a role where you clearly have some really amazing knowledge. Pile number 1, I just feel like you need to keep hearing me say that. Like, yes, you guys have something that the universe is trying to I'm seeing somebody like try to tap into a coconut, like try to tap into it to feed the world here, you know? And you guys are ready. I feel like you're ready with this Emperor card. You're absolutely ready. And also with this Emperor being major arcana, being a 4, I feel like you've been in a rut. Not a rut, but you've been in the same pattern for a long time. So it's just a matter of stepping out of that. And some of you, it's like quietly first. You know what I mean? So let's get some energy that you can lean into versus away from. I love this pile. I hope that when I choose my pile, this is it. Okay, that's too many. Towards versus away from. Towards. Away from. Wow. Okay, one second. Sorry, I'm just not feeling like I want any of these cards. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Look, you have God at the bottom of the deck. Whatever this is that you guys are thinking about doing, I feel like it's divinely sanctioned. Oh my gosh. And then it says, okay, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. That's this Aquarius theme. That's such Aquarian energy. Maybe God is an Aquarius, you guys. But this is that equality thing of like recognizing, and I feel like it's within yourself, because some of you guys just might look at other people and think they have all their stuff together, but I'm telling you, they don't. And it's just a matter of like taking people off the pedestal, raising yourself up, like just this equilibrium, this balancing everything out. Because I think a lot of you guys, maybe some of you don't have a support system as well too, because I see people who've been through a lot in this pile. Okay, so the energy to lean into versus away from. This is like moving away from restrictions. A lot of you guys want to travel. Think about the ocean. Pisces is such an oceanic kind of an energy. And then we also have student. So I'm really getting the energy of Ravati here. And again, that's it's almost a very Aquarian energy in the sense that people who have strong Ravati in their chart, they're very community oriented. They're very loving. They're very charitable in some kind of way. They're also, but it's still a responsible energy. So when we're saying to move away from Capricorn, which is like the most responsible energy, this is trusting yourself, because I feel like there's an element of self-doubt that has had you walling yourself off, right? Capricorn is at the top of the mountain, so it can be kind of a lonely place, but also it's Saturn, so it's just restriction and block and karma and moving away from that. Moving away from this kind of responsibility, right? And moving towards responsibility from a place of flowing. I feel like this is telling you to get into the flow. Through studying things, and through studying, a lot of you guys, this is intuition, spirituality, very feminine knowledge, and it has humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So interesting. And then here we have child divine, and because this is like what to move away from, I want to read the shadow attribute. An inability to defend oneself against negative forces. A lot of you guys, there's some betrayal, and you might have been running from this for a while. Like you knew it was going to come if you did this certain action. So you've been playing this game of chess, but you realized that it was just draining your energy and you weren't getting anywhere with it. So Pisces, this Pisces it's a sense of loss, but it's also a sense of spiritual initiation. Looking at, that's what this is. Looking at the world through a spiritual lens and not through the lens of materialism and success as the world would have you believe it, because you've been trying to climb some kind of a molehill is what I want to say. There's something there about like mountains and molehills. I'm not really sure. But it's about switching your perspective, because you're never the way through is not through materialism. There's like a back door, there's a switch. That's what you haven't been getting. That's why it's felt like you've been beating your head up against the wall, and you've been tolerating toxic behavior because you've maybe been trying to climb to the top of success in like I just heard an MLM, or, just like some kind of hierarchical corporate ladder or something like that. And so you took a lot of, I want to say you took a lot of nonsense, pile number one, and you know it, and it all sits within inside of you, and then it makes you doubt yourself. But you're absolutely amazing. You just, I'm hearing that Pink song, I would rather we just go a different way than play the game. So that's what it's saying, is like, you might have to take a hit. You might have to take some loss. That's what this Three of Swords is going to be. People might have to look at you in a different kind of way, because maybe you guys have been trying to upkeep appearances. But some of you are just straight joining the witness protection program and getting the heck out of Dodge in order to really transform yourself. But I feel like in January, you guys have a commitment to transforming yourselves, and you are putting together some kind of actionable plan. You're looking at where you want to be, and you're breaking that down, and you're deciding what needs to stay and what needs to go. You're Marie Kondoing your life. Okay. And some of you guys, like, you're learning, and you could be learning someplace away from where you're at, and you're learning about yourself, your intuition, your own connection to spirit in a really, really beautiful kind of a way, because you guys want to nurture and love society. There's a side to you that hasn't been able to express itself. Pisces is the culmination of the zodiac. It has a little bit of everything into it, and into it sounds like intuitive. You know, you are an intuit. I feel like you guys are very intuitive, and you intuitively know what is good for you. And I feel like there is something about these really rigid environments that you've been in where it's blocking that beautiful, juicy intuition. So, and it's telling you that you're not an authority in that way, or something like that. So back to this Puma, you guys are healing a lot of that. You are stepping into your power by fulfilling your desires, which makes Puma absolutely a beautiful energy. I don't know, you guys, maybe you want to get yourself some Pumas just to remind you of this energy, like, throughout the whole year. But I just really see you guys moving around an obstacle. Like I said, there's this energy that there's been a blockage in your way, and that you're just easily maneuvering around it, right? Pisces, the fish, very like watery, agile, slippery, you know. You're just easily going through this mountain, you know, with your eyes closed, through being yourself. It's almost like that part in one of the Thor movies where they get Loki, and Loki's telling them how he sneaks out of the place, and he looks like he's gonna run right into the wall, but then there's like a little hole, and he gets all the way through that, but nobody else would have known it was there because it's not their traditional way. Don't go the traditional way. Success for you in January, and I feel like this is building something way beyond January. It is about building your own way, going your own way, and trusting your intuition. Capricorn is actually the place where you have Shravana in the middle of Capricorn, which is hugely intuitive, and you start getting downloads from the divine. And so I feel like you guys have actually been getting downloads from the divine within this environment, because you have this innocence, purity, and you have this special connection with the divine. So I just feel like it's about getting you out of any kind of like oppressive environment in the month of January. I told you I was going to clarify the Three of Swords, and I'm going to. You guys want to heal from something. You definitely want to heal from something. I feel like this is a thing you know you need to do. So you're just throwing yourself into it, and then you're hoping that you can heal from it. What is this Three of Swords? What else can you tell me? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, burdens at work. I really do feel like that's coming out, but I don't like jumpers all the time, so. Yeah, leaving something. Leaving something that maybe people aren't going to understand that you do need to leave. Look, the Ten of Swords. I actually feel like you guys have been putting this off, but you're ready to make the move in January, or you're gearing up to do it. And maybe you feel like it's a betrayal to someone else in order for you to make this choice for yourself, but you're ready to do it. You know, with the Queen of Swords here at the bottom, that for you to make the best decision for yourself, you cannot think about this emotionally. So I think you know that. And I think you just know intuitively that this decision almost just needs to be made. It needs like an iron rod of steel for a spine, you know, in order to make that move. Because, yeah, and for some of you, it's like you're leaving behind something you really care about, and you feel like you're sneaking around. It's also not the time to go public with this, and I think you know it. That's another thing that's like really coming out is be secretive about it. Keep it to yourself. Let it gestate. Let it marinate. Get your sea legs. Get strong doing whatever this is before you. Yeah, find your sense of fulfillment here, because that's going to help you switch from this external locus of control to an internal locus of control. And then whenever you're ready to make the change, you're going to be super balanced on the inside, and you're going to be leading the way. You're going to be setting the tone around whatever this is, while people inevitably are watching you kind of do this. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 1. I'm sorry if I talked really fast, because I just feel like I had a lot to say, but this looks like an amazing, amazing start. I wish you guys all the best in January, and thank you for watching. Bye, guys. Okay, pile number 2. What is coming in January for you? I got these new animal spirit cards, and they have stuff on the back that I'm going to read to you here in a second, but I just want to look at the picture first just to see what I'm getting. But I feel like this is like, I don't know, this cosmic monkey thing is such a mood. So maybe you guys are just going to be in this cosmic monkey kind of an energy. There seems to be a lot of darkness, but you yourself are actually, I'm just noticing this monkey looks like it's lit up to me, like almost iridescent, like the monkey itself is a star. So I do feel like you guys could be going through a hard time, and the cards here kind of suggest that, like you're coming off of some kind of grief, some kind of big change that has happened. And so you guys are kind of processing your emotions, and it has been a darkened time, but you also are being very flexible and agile. And I think monkeys are very social creatures, right? And so maybe you are leaning on people for some kind of support as well. So let's read this. We have monkey. Symbolism: agility, courage, and spirit. The monkey is an ancient deity worshipped by Middle Eastern peoples. In the Hindu Ramayana, a monkey hero named Hanuman helps rescue Sita, the god Vishnu's queen, who had been abducted by a demon. Hanuman was made invincible by Brahma, the grandfather and creator, and possesses the skill and agility to leap across the heavens. He leads a monkey army against the demon and rescues Sita, for which he has granted everlasting life. This painting of a monkey recalls the power of Hanuman and his dominion over the heavens. Oh, so this is like a painting of Hanuman. By the way, you guys, my husband loves Hanuman. Like, he can recite the Hanuman Chalisa and like has this little like Hanuman doll. Anyways, side note. I feel like you guys are getting some kind of a call to action, because you have had this big change in fortune here, which I'm actually... And you have the Temperance card down here. And so I'm kind of getting the energy of Mula, which rules over very big, extreme, like reversals in fortune. Why can't I speak? And the whole thing is like practicing non-attachment, which I'm kind of seeing coming through, because some of you guys there's been a pattern with the 7 of Pentacles. Like, this is something that you've really built up this whole time. And you guys you're looking at something that happened here in the past. And maybe somebody had a fall from grace here or something. Something was definitely shaken up though. And a cycle has come to an end. And I feel like this has happened in your past. So in January, you guys are considering this, and this change could have actually been a more difficult one, because people are seeing you as outwardly grieving here with the Five of Cups. But there is a new beginning that's waiting, and I feel like that's kind of what you sense, is this call to action here. But you're not really speaking about it, and you're, we have 2 sevens. 7 for me is the number of the divine, and it looks like a tree. So does a 9, but 7 being like this divine energy. And it also kind of mimics the cross symbol, which is the heavens and the earth combining. It goes like this. So, you guys are like, yeah, that was a really bad explanation, Jessica. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. So anyways, I feel like, look, we have the Page of Rods. So I do feel like you guys are hearing some kind of a call to a new journey, but it means breaking away from something. And I feel like you're called to embrace non-attachment in order to do that. Yeah, and I just feel like there's a sense of responsibility. Some of you guys, it's like being called to move away from home. But also understanding, I want to leave this here because I want to clarify this before I go any further, actually. Why is the 10 of Cups here? Wow. The devil. Okay, some of you guys really could have lost someone, and in your family or something, or there's a sense that you need to move away from home, move away from your family, because in order to really change your luck around. But there's a sense of responsibility. You know, that movie with Sandra Bullock, While You Were Sleeping, and they have the 2 brothers, and the one brother stays working with his dad, who runs a furniture company, and he does it out of a sense of responsibility, but it's not what he really wants to do. I'm kind of getting that energy, but there has been some kind of a change of fortune in the past that you are really examining here with the Page of Swords, but you're also trying to kind of hover above and remain detached from in order to consider some kind of action. But it gives you a sense that you're going to have to walk away from something. And so you're really holding yourself back, but you're doing a lot of introspection. A lot of you guys are doing a lot of praying for this, but you really feel a strong call to do something. It almost feels like a calling. And look, you have the Page of Rods turning into the Knight of Rods up here. So this is we're just progressing right along the Suit of Rods. So you guys are hearing this call, you're feeling very inspired, and with this Knight of Rods, you have so much energy and momentum to move towards something, because you're moving from this like really entrenched pentacle energy to this Magician. This is really like starting out on your own, or starting a completely new journey, creating something. And also with this Monkey and the Magician being like Gemini, Mercury energy, silly gesture. The monkey is kind of a silly gesture too, to me. That's standing at stark contrast between this like Pentacles energy, and also it's just reminding me of the energy of non-attachment. You know what? I know this is supposed to be Hanuman, but you know Rafiki from The Lion King? I love his energy so much. Like, it really is the energy of the guru that's non-attached to anything and just kind of rolls with things. So I don't know, there's a part of you that wants a new beginning and that senses that, but you know there is some kind of grieving process that you're holding yourself back from. So a lot of you guys are going beyond the material world here, and that's basically what this energy of Sagittarius is all about. There has been, this is the card, Temperance, comes right after the Death card, and Sagittarius, which this Temperance card is all about, comes right after Scorpio, which is a huge change point, a huge Gandanta point, the hardest point in all of the zodiac. And I feel like you guys went through such a point not too distant in the past, and it was really difficult to deal with, but you're starting over and you're trying to make yourself, you're trying to build yourself, you're trying to literally take it as a rebirth moment. I feel like you guys also have Gemini Sagittarius axis here, so it's community of people that you see every single day, and also going out and hearing this call to some kind. You guys are going to start the hero's journey. You're hearing this call to the hero's journey. Now, I also think why you have the community showing up is because there's people around you guys, pile number 2, that are going to love you no matter what. They really are. You guys have really solid people around you. Yeah. Because the people around you, though, are very predictable. There's a same old kind of vibe to this, and you guys are trying to break out of it in order to find your happiness and your fulfillment. The Sun also, like, you have 2 cards that come after really difficult cards. So this is like the dawn breaking through after a dark night of the soul. And it's also at the same time a call to action. Because the sun follows the moon card, a lot of haze, a lot of confusion, brought on by this Wheel of Fortune card. Interesting. This is also Uttara Ashada, which is a highly independent energy. Uttara Ashada is the only nakshatra that does not have a counterpart. So some of you guys are having to leave behind a relationship. And you know it's going to change your fortune, or it already has changed your fortune, but you are in a strong independent energy, right? The Magician is the one, the self, the I, the masculine principle, and then you have all this Rod's energy. So you guys are being called into your more masculine side. But you have a lot of responsibilities that you have to attend to as well, so it is about balance is what I'm hearing. But it's also tipping the scale of balance and giving from a place of superiority. Okay. Yeah, making a choice. So you guys have a big decision coming up in January. I can already tell that. Or maybe it's not coming in January because we do have the Seven of Pentacles coming out front and center. You just don't feel like, because of whatever happened back here, you just don't feel like if you put energy into something, you're going to get as much out of it as you have in the past. And then maybe there's something about family that needs to come to an end. Also, the energy of father is here as well. What else can you tell me about this? And there's a sense of like emphasizing your own happiness, but also like non-attachment. The Hierophant. Wow. So this to me is Critica energy, which is like the energy of the self, very larger than life, and Critica rules the blade. There's something that needs to get cut out here in order for you guys to build yourself and in the way that you want to build yourself. And possibly a lot of you guys, this has to do with your career because Sun energy is highly concerned with that. I just feel like there's so much passion, it's just being held back. So that's the energy that's coming through in January. And you have the Seven of Swords, so I feel like you guys are kind of being sneaky about this. You're not really talking about this with other people. So what's this Three of Cups about? This is your hopes and fears. I feel like you guys want to find your people. The Three of Cups I call the Coven card. Maybe some of you guys want to meet someone special. The Fool. You guys just want to be able to be yourself and be accepted. This was an energy kind of coming out in pile number 1 too. But you don't know if like your cup is going to be accepted. Oh my gosh, but you guys are like, you're very curious and you guys are hearing a call to be creative. You're wondering if you don't want to have a conversation with people and tell people. There's somebody in your life for sure that you want something different because you don't want to come off as ungrateful. But I really do feel like this energy around you is like really strong. You guys are having a lot of worries and burden about this because you're concerned about what's right. Like if you have even a right to want this for yourself. Okay, so let me just get some cards for oh my gosh, King of Rods. You guys are just moving right up the rods chain. Okay. So let's get energies to lean into and energies to lean away from in the month of January. Another thing that I'm getting for you guys, pile number 2, I watched this Amish documentary one time and there was a kid there that really liked to take photographs, but they weren't allowed to use cameras. And he actually was an award-winning photographer. Like people were requesting him to take pictures and stuff, but he had to get the elders' approval. So it's almost like you feel held back because there's something like groundbreaking or amazing or progressive that it is that you're doing, and you do kind of feel held back, but it's something that really lights your soul up. I'm also, the Rudolph story, the little cartoon one where with the little elf that wants to be a dentist, but like everyone around him is an elf. That's what I'm getting. Oh, how I want to be a dentist. Wow. And you have Sagittarius at the bottom. So much Sagittarius energy. Yes, you guys, this is about breaking a pattern. And there's something here you guys want to have, you have deep knowledge in, or you want to have deep knowledge in, and you might have to travel away in order to do that. But you guys are breaking some kind of mold, breaking some kind of pattern, but you're just afraid that you're not going to fit in. So the energy for you guys to lean into Neptune, which coincidentally rules cameras and filmmaking, we also have storyteller, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So this to me says just embracing the unknown, right? Neptune is kind of the unknown, and it's intuitive and just moving towards this. Also with this 2 and 1 is actually speaking to me very strongly versus this 2 and 6, because 2 and 1 to me is the energy of Mars. Aries is the first house itself, right? There's major blessings to come if you move towards this loss. You are going to have a loss. It is going to be sad for you. You need to go beyond like a family, a hometown, the way it's always been done, some kind of tradition here. And for some of you guys, this is possibly, I don't know, this just feels like a long-standing pattern. In order to be your own storyteller, I'm really getting with the magician. Also, this is the energy of a tarot reader. So some of you guys, if you come from very like traditional families, and they're like, oh, if they found out that you guys were listening to tarot or whatever, they wouldn't really like that. Look, this is Jupiter energy as well. You guys have a lot of Jupiter. This is Jupiter versus Saturn. So a lot of you guys, Saturn is the planet of restriction. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. You guys you want to expand. You want to expand. You don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. So you already know it's not working for you. So in order to get into that energy, you guys are being called into non-attachment, into fire energy, right? So much Sagittarius energy here. Both Mula and Uttara Ashada. And also Purva Ashada as well. So, because Mula is all about non-attachment, but then Uttara Ashada is all about independence and workaholic, like getting very passionate, being a little self-centered and a little self-focused. You guys are calling into self-centered energy, because the energy to move away from is this earth energy, which again, it's like behind the scenes with the 2, this high priestess energy. What you're supposed to lean towards is behind the scenes, you're making self-oriented, goal-oriented, action-oriented plans. Whereas what to move away from is behind the scenes, worrying about what other people are going to think and worrying about making a compromise. Now is not the time to make a compromise. Now is the time to make a decision and then tell people what it is you're going to be doing. Yeah, with this addict card, shadow attribute, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So a lot of you guys are thinking about traveling away just in order to break bad habits and take your life into your own hands. And yeah, that's what I feel like you guys are here to kind of focus on in the month of January. So a lot of, this is such like January energy that we're getting, but you guys are hearing some kind of a call to action. What is this call to action about? This Hanuman. The moon, Sephiroths, the world. Goodness gracious. So first of all, this is Saturn-Jupiter. So this was with the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. You guys were really heavily impacted by this in one way or another. A cycle definitely kind of came to an end for you guys. And some of you guys have experienced an actual death of some kind, like in your family or something. And it could be a mother figure, or I don't know why I'm getting that. You could have been married to this person, but or you realize that you wanted to end a relationship, right? This moon card, look, we have the moon and the sun out here now. And the moon, right, is the goddess. So the moon's also a transition. So I feel like, yeah, this is just, you guys have been on the fence about something for a long time. And it's funny because it's a new beginning that I feel like is causing you grief. So Yeah, that's basically what I'm getting for you guys. I know it's hard. I can feel how hard this is for you, but you're being called to just make the decision and say, like, you need to live your life at least in January. Like, that's what the cards are saying, is like going after what it is that you want, because there are people around who are going to love you. Who are going to love you. And some of you guys are manifesting a love, and that's what you want. You want to manifest people around you, and maybe a specific person around you that loves you and will always like be there for you. But you've got to leave this situation first. It's coming. There's happiness and joy coming. So the way, and I also feel like this is speaking heavily to manifestation, because I feel like you guys are reaffirming, like, if you're going to manifest the things in your life, you want to be in this, like, in the driver's seat. You want to be in this passionate energy rather than feeling very sad, feeling very stuck, feeling very drained and weighted down. And I feel like you're at a point now where you understand that that's what awaits you if you stay in this position. Like, the time is now to make some kind of a move. So, okay, that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. Please let me know if that resonated. All the best to you guys in January. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 3. I'm getting, like, all 3 of these piles, it's very January kind of energy that you would expect, where people are just deciding what they're moving away from and they're doing it. And I see you guys are in this energy as well. But this has like a very free, uplifting kind of an energy to it. If this was a smell, it would be like an uplifting citrus kind of a smell, you know, or like ylang ylang, or something just very vibrant and uplifting. So you guys got the leopard card, and the symbolism is stealth, strength, and purity. Leopards are phenomenal hunters, known for their stealth and ability to stalk prey. The snow leopard, which lives in the mountains of Central Asia, is among the more mysterious of the species and was believed to have drawn the blood of its human victims without eating the flesh. By feeding on the life force, the blood, and avoiding the weakness, the flesh, the leopard was thought to maintain its strength and purity. Obviously, that was about mythology. I'm pretty sure they probably just eat everything, but okay. So I'm also hearing, like, that makes me think of the quote from that Jesus said on the before he got to the cross, where the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak, that kind of a thing. So if you guys are in that kind of a situation, I really see you guys making something happen for yourself and just trusting, and like maybe just leaving. This, to me, the Fool with the 6 of Swords, this is so clearly like leaving, but doing it with a light heart. I feel like you guys could be leaving a situation that's very, very dense, but it's like you're leaving with the shirt on your back and you're happier for it. You guys are just kind of I'm getting the energy of like peace pilgrim or a vagabond, or just trusting in spirit to take care of you and leaving the rest behind. Some of you guys, there's a very controlling figure around you, or there's just cumbersome responsibilities and you're just wanting to move away from that. It feels like you've been juggling 2 lives in the past with the Chariot. Some of you guys might have to travel for work or something, or you live in 2 places and you've been chained back. Some of you guys have very controlling father figures, or you're trying to please your father, you're trying to live up to some kind of expectation, and you've realized that you haven't been doing whatever it is that you want to do. And so with this leopard, I feel like you guys are being very strategic about this, right? They're phenomenal hunters, known for their stealth. And so I feel like you guys are maybe being very stealthy in the way that you are making some moves here, because the Fool at the end of the day is an Aquarius card, and Aquarius is an intelligent energy, and you have that up here as well for the energy to lean into, to lean towards. So I feel like this is a more service-oriented energy. Okay, so another thing that I'm getting, because the Chariot is the young king on the move, which kind of makes me think of status. Like every time that I see it, so person also like has 2 houses. I'm getting that with the Emperor as well. So, but maybe you guys like just want to volunteer for, you know, the Peace Corps or something, and you just want to leave. You don't want to have to worry about, you know, status and money and all that. You just want to do you. You just want to, for once, have like the fun that you want to have, or be in the vibration that you want to have, and not really worry about something. So you're just trusting that everything's going to work out okay. And some of you guys are traveling, like you're literally traveling, and you're just not worried about anything else, because, and you're starting a new beginning from this, possibly in a new place, with this Ace of Pentacles, where you guys are literally moving away from home. Because some of you guys, it's like, maybe you were in a place where, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out as an example. You were in college, and so you spent part of the year in one place, and then you went back home for the other part of the year, that kind of thing. But you're making a decision that you want to move somewhere different, somewhere else, to start somewhere small. And maybe it's not big and grand. Some of you guys could just be actively choosing to reduce your responsibilities and thus your fortunes. With the Knight of Wands, you guys are very passionate. There's a lot of in and out energy. You guys are, what are you doing? You guys are like moving all around here. There's a lot of movement. There's just flat out a lot of movement for you guys with this Magician energy as well. So this is sneaky energy. Queen of Wands. Why are you guys, are you evading someone? I feel like you guys are evading someone. I've been watching The Crown. It comes up in all my readings now, but you know, like whenever they have to ring the queen or somebody on the switchboard, and they try all the rooms and they can't find them. Some of you guys are like, you have more places. You have like a lot of places that you visit or something, and you're going from one place to another place. Somebody can't really keep up with you. You're just like, you're giving someone chase, I feel like. Yeah, this is very interesting energy. You guys are manifesting something for sure, but I feel like there's a sense of you not knowing how something is going to turn out, but you're being told to move in the direction of your dreams, basically, your hopes and your wishes with the Star card here. And also there's a service-oriented element, because, and there, I don't know, it's like the energy of going from something kind of pompous to, and like really stuffy, and there's a lot of pretense around it, to just being of service, you know, because you guys are legitimately very smart people, and this is the energy of like a mentor. There's also, you want to travel someplace in your past, and also there could be something to do with children here. So like doing something for the benefit of your children. So some of you guys, this is breaking generational patterns of having a really controlling father that dictates everything for you, but you've got to be very stealthy and very sneaky in order to pull this off, because you guys are standing your ground in something here with the Seven of Wands. Yeah, like there does seem to be a conflict here, but you're pushing through with the Knight of Wands, and you are also being very secretive. What's going on? What's going on? So you are hoping that you get your wish fulfillment, but you're also scared of that. And you guys are also, there's a secret here, and I can't figure out what it is. And maybe that's the point, that you guys are like, yeah, that's because I'm the leopard. That's fine. I feel like there could be more than one person here. You guys could be leaving a third-party situation in the past where it's like maybe you guys are with someone, and there's a lot of status involved in that, multiple houses or things, or you're just not. But maybe you think about somebody else, and this other person is very spiritual and has caused you a lot of spirituality, but then someone's watching them. What is going on? This definitely has to do with like a relationship and leaving a relationship. So some of you guys are considering a divorce, but you're like having to leave behind assets, and you're just doing that. I feel like you actually don't really care. You're like, as long as I'm rid of it. And you're just going to withdraw. And part of that withdrawing might be traveling and finding a professional to give you some kind of counsel and advice where you can make the best choice for yourself. And Then you can focus on working. Okay, why is the King of Cups here? I don't necessarily like jumpers. I'm sorry, hold on. So you guys have a new beginning, basically. And it's going to cause you to travel. I think literally. Wow, you guys just light something on fire, you rock somebody's world, you lay down your decision, and this could be this controlling person that's around you. And some of you guys are just quitting a job in order to trust and move away from something that just hasn't been working for you. You guys have been building towards some kind of success here, but I think there's just something that's not working for you. You guys can't see all the variables in the situation. I feel like there's a lot of unknowns, but you're just taking a big leap of faith here. You guys really didn't feel seen. And also, you guys felt like there was a missed opportunity with this hangman that you just were stagnant on. Look, this is the exact opposite energy I just want to point out. The Chariot and the Hangman. This is absolutely moving towards something very masculine power. And this is stagnant energy. Seeing something from a different perspective. So there's something in your past that you're now seeing from a different perspective, and it has to do with this missed opportunity. And in order to join things together, I hope this is making sense to you guys. Very sneaky. What's going on? Pile number 3. What's going on for pile number 3? You guys are trying to make your world change. There's a literal physical movement here. Wow. That's what I'm getting. I just keep getting there's a big change. Okay. So let me just get some energy that you can move towards and energy that you can move away from. I think you guys are just going to follow your intuition, and it's going to get you exactly where you want to go, because I also think you guys you don't care about status, material, wealth, anything like that. Some of you, this is an addiction. It's almost been like you've been living a double life, and you've felt like you've missed out on life in the past. And so now you guys are getting ready to heal, and you might have to travel away in order to do that. And you could feel like maybe, because we have addict right here on the bottom. I just saw exorcist. So, okay, with this Rebel card, reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. You guys, your inner needs have not been met for a long time. So this could be why you guys have formed some kind of pattern or addiction that you don't really like or resonate with. And so the energy that you have to move towards is the sun energy, healing, self, following your own guidance, right? And just being an independent entity, which is why some of you guys are leaders. Your job is killing you. And it's for what? Power and wealth and status. What power do you have if you don't have your own health? What wealth do you have if you don't have your own health? Health is wealth, as they say. And I feel like you guys, you're having some kind of realization. A lot of you guys, this does involve an addiction. So Saboteur highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes that it would bring to your life. Basically, you're ready. You're just looking at that very, very clear. Now, what's interesting here is that, especially with all this Aquarius energy that's coming out, the energy to move away from, we have air and healer. This to me says Shadabahishak, and Shadabahishak is the energy of requiring 1,000 physicians. And it's the counterpart energy to Ashwini, which is the divine healer to the gods, and you guys actually have that energy around you. So you guys could be healing a lot of people, but it's at the sacrifice of your own self. And you're hiding all of this conflict and loss behind a face that looks like you have everything together, and you're just sick of it. Literally sick and tired of it. With this healer shadow attribute, this is what the energy to move away from. Taking advantage of those who need help. I don't feel like that's you. Failing to care for oneself. There we go. There we go, pile number 3. You guys are just wanting to get some time away. That's what all this travel energy is. You guys are just like, you know what? This is a pile that looks like someone's just like ready to move to Thailand. They're just like, you know what? Nope. I'm going to go live in Thailand for a year, and then I'm going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to go after my dreams. I'm going to get some space. I'm going to be solitary for a while. I'm not going to be in the public eye. I'm not going to worry about what people are thinking about me. I'll be in and out as I choose. Some of you guys just want to work alone on a project, like privately, and that would really nourish your soul. So yeah, there's just an image of you that just no longer works, and you're just ready to lean away from that. So this energy that you're leaning away from, and I say that because Shadabahishak can be an alcoholic energy. It can be very secretive. It can be quiet. And people at this stage have usually been trying to open the Swadhisthana Center for lifetimes. And I feel like maybe you guys are fed up finally, and you're just at the place where you want to lean into this juicy sun healing energy, which has a self-focus. You know, the sun has such a strong self-focus. And I do feel like it's this need to present this image, and I feel like maybe this father figure is involved, or somebody very controlling, or a home. Honestly, a home that you want to move away from. That's something that's very, very stable, and you just want to rebel. And meditate. Like, you guys, my friend Drew that we did the live session with, and he just like went to Thailand and he meditates. Like, he's a very prolific meditator. But like, it's that kind of an energy. And look, you just want to cultivate your mind, your spirituality. You want to heal. You want to find what's valuable to you. Through making some kind of decisions, you guys want to find value in a community somewhere, and maybe even just like, I don't know, work the land, roll up your pants, and I don't know, walk around barefoot in a marsh. It was literally the energy that I got. But it's like taking what you need. You're all about feeding on light, like increasing your life force and avoiding weaknesses of the flesh. So some of you guys are deciding to abstain from alcohol, to abstain from sex, to abstain from third-party situations, but you've just noticed that you've been leaking energy. This is an incredibly yin energy as well. So if you're on a more masculine path, you just realize that yin energy has been overtaking you. And you're just deciding to move away from it. This is all about healing. And a new beginning, somewhere small. It's almost like feels to me, and don't feel bad if you don't have like several McMansions somewhere, but this to me feels like somebody who has it all and is like, I just want to live in a tree. You know, why can't I just live in a tree and observe people? I'll be the oak person, you know, and my hair will be vines, and they'll never know. But you guys have a very anxious energy about you. Because I feel like a lot of you are very blessed, and you know that you're blessed, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole ball. This one was a harder one. Sorry that my thoughts weren't like as congealed on this, but just want to clarify this leopard energy. Knight of Cups. Knight of Swords. This is like what you want and what you should do, and what's going to make you happiest, and having to actually make the decision. Yeah. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I would love to know about this. Also, some of you guys, this involves, I just want to say this one thing. It could involve like a relationship ending. Hold on, let me just look at this a little bit for just a second. This is, yeah. I'm also getting a strong energy of Mars, which it's always an exodus with Mars. And this looks like massive exodus energy. I feel like you guys have been very successful in your past, but it's like you're being pulled towards some kind of new horizon, and there is a new beginning there. And I feel like it's going to be very happy, and you're going to feel very calm and protected. So January is about trusting. Some of you guys are straight up leaving a relationship that was very argumentative. I just feel like your blood pressure, pile number 3, you're just anxious all the time, and you're realizing that it has to do with your home environment and that you want a stable, loving, happy home environment. Some of you guys, it keeps telling you to think of the children because they're watching, they're observing. Some of you have a very observant child and they notice about happiness and not happiness. Oh my gosh, exactly. Look at this. And it's a choice. It's telling you it's a choice. And I feel like you're at the point where you realize it, where you're like, enough is enough. The power's in my hands. I got to make a choice, and I'm going to make it. Gosh darn. And you're going to build something beautiful. You are. Okay, that's what I have, you guys. Pile number 3. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I wish you all the best in January. It looks like big, fun, juicy energy coming towards you guys. Bye.